ねえその手に甘えてもいいかな痛いほどに背伸びしてきたから覚めた夢の温度一度上げた君の多様な声援が希望に触れ
Hello there, it is I, Reincarnator. I'm here today with my friend Vox, even though he's in a Wolf Link avatar today.
I'm also excruciatingly tired after my graveyard shift job.
Yeah, get this, guys.
I'm having a lovely time.
Yeah, get this, guys. He's been like, we said that we would record 2 hours ago, and he just slept through his alarm, so he's here now, but he just woke up. And we decided to still do it. Fuck it, I don't care.
I'm fucking great!
It's gonna be a good episode. This is the first video with my new avatar and with my new headset. I hope that everything sounds good. I know that Vox sounds good. He's always sounding good. Right?
Yay!
The goodest, soundest guy ever. Oh my goodness. That was my phone. Alright.
So good. Much wow.
Skibbity. Anyway.
Shut the fuck up. We are not doing that right now.
Okay. Let's start by first me thanking My Game Opinions, who is a YouTube channel and who made a video which was called Video Games Aren't Fun Anymore. Shut the fuck up. Basically, where he makes fun of all those videos that are out there. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen them before. If you see this video, you probably saw some other video as well, which says as a title, "Oh, video games aren't fun anymore." And that's our topic today, but we're going to absolutely shit on it. And we are basically just having a few topics which we wrote down, but you know, it's not really professional scripted things that's gonna happen here now.
It's not like a big podcast type idea that we've done in the past, basically.
Yeah, those are like with 4 or 5 people. That's like, those are big ass boys.
The boys.
Okay, hold on, little cut. Here is our first topic, Vox, and which is what I simply call old games versus new games. That's the entire title. Thoughts?
I see. It's quite an interesting topic. I definitely feel like my opinions on such things are quite combined because I myself enjoy a variety of different games from the olden days to modern days. Granted, nowadays people are more heavy on like graphics rather than gameplay, which is kind of unfortunate to be honest, but you know, that's...
What do you think
that's
about
just how it goes. People gain
saying...
bonus for the weirdest things.
What? Okay, I'm glad that I interrupted you. What do you think about the common saying, you know, back in the day everything was better, you know? Games back in the day were all better than what's today, and everything today is trash.
I mean, it really just depends because like not all games back then are going to be better than like some games nowadays that game developers actually try on. I mean, like, think about it. Like, yes, back in the day, those games were definitely fun. Like N64 GoldenEye, like some of the games on the NES, SNES, the Atari, Sega. Like, there obviously are like some really fun games back in the day, but back in the day, there were also really fucking shitty old games, and dare I say, there were probably more shitty ones than good ones, all in all. So, realistically speaking, the olden days did have their good games, but at least nowadays, it's a lot easier to find like the type of game that you would want to play and whether or not you play it because of, well, it just depends on the kinds of things that that game's been like given over its development. It really just depends, to be
Yeah.
honest. And obviously, it also depends on like the generation. Like old people would prefer the old games because they grew up with it, whereas we would rather play the newer games because we're in this day
I
and age and
Well, there are these
all of that kind of
people.
stuff.
There are the people who are our age who also say that old games are better. Um, it depends now if they're jumping on the train, of like those people just to be like part of this woke movement. When they say
Just
like,
try
yeah.
to feel like they're cool
Yeah,
or
they're
whatever.
cool, exactly. But in fact, they have actually never like played those games originally. I remember the oldest games that I ever played was probably Super Mario 64. Then I played Grand Theft Auto
Damn.
4, which is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And I also played Super Mario Sunshine. And I played that as a kid on PCs, or what's it called again, or on even consoles of my grandfather, or San Andreas I played on my cousin's PC back in the day. I mean, GTA San Andreas is not that old, is it? How
Fair.
old is that? I forgot.
I mean, it's kind of old because I believe
Kind
that
of
was
old.
on either the PlayStation 2
Oh goodness.
or 1.
Yeah, I just
Or wait, no, not
remembered.
PlayStation because that's on the fucking Xbox.
I just remembered
It's on one
we're
of
in
like Xbox
2024 right
360
now.
or something.
We're in 2024. When we
Yeah.
say something is like old, and then you realize, hold on, that is old actually. Oh shit, am I old?
I mean, to be fair, I'm gonna be turning 20 soon, so that's gonna be, that's gonna be fun.
24 here.
I'm going to be an old man. It's not gonna be fun. Hey, at least I can like yell at teenagers to get off my fucking lawn now.
Hey, I can do that already.
Oh, ain't you lucky?
All right, that was a good first
Get the
topic.
fuck up and run.
Get the fuck up! Give me a second. Then that was good. The next topic is simply one word: nostalgia.
Oh boy, that's
Yeah,
an
I
interesting
know.
one.
I'm very good at this. Am I not? So yeah.
Oh man.
Nostalgia plays a big, big, big part when it comes to saying things like, oh, games are not fun anymore. Back in the day, games were funnier. Because, you remember playing games you played as a child, as a kid, maybe, and you found them
Exactly.
amazing and everything, and you didn't even realize sometimes that there are a lot of errors in it, that it's maybe buggy and shit. And then you look at games today, you're grown up. I just dipped my finger in fucking coffee. You're grown up, and you there's a virtual coffee standing, and I accidentally dipped my finger in it. So you're grown up, and
Yeah,
you
I have been able
see
to
all
see.
the games how they actually are. Like, you see the background of games. You see a lot of like behind the scenes of how they've been made. You see
Exactly.
footage of like and leaks and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. And it really just paints a whole perspective once you're able to actually like think about things and go through a game with a completely different mindset. And it really does play off of like nostalgia, like, oh my god, I remember playing this as a kid. I was shit at it. And yet now that you're grown up, actually being able to process things, you can actually get through the fucking game. And it's like, oh wow, that was nowhere near as hard as it was when I was younger. And that's
What-
another thing about nostalgia. It's like
I can like say like one very funny example, like what's it called again? Oh yeah, I played GTA 5 on Xbox 360, and I finished the game and I was like, this is such a cool game. I love this game so much and stuff. And then I and then I then I had to throw away my Xbox 360 because it totally died, and I downloaded GTA 5 on PC. You know, wasn't it supposed to be on PC from the beginning? I don't know. I can't remember if it was a console game from the beginning or
I
not.
have no idea. It's been out for so. Yeah,
Yeah, it's been
out for
so long.
fucking
It's
long.
every
I don't
single
even know.
time a new Rockstar game got announced, and everybody was like, "Yes, GTA 6 finally!" And then it's like just another GTA 5 but for another platform.
And yes, here we get GTA 6
Next
fucking
year!
finally. After all this time.
Finally, we get it.
It's like, oh no, it's not gonna come.
It's
And then we
never
actually
gonna
get
happen.
us like,
It
I'm
is
sorry, what?
happening, yeah. So,
It's finally happening.
anyway, I started GTA 5 on the PC, and I was like, ugh. Literally, I was like, ew, what are these? I hate the PC controls. Ew, I need a controller. What the fuck is this bullshit? I can't remember this taking so long to complete the story. What the fuck? And then I stopped like in the middle, and I haven't touched it ever since. But this is like good example for, in my opinion, for nostalgia. I don't know. I had more free time when I was a kid, or when I was a teenager, I guess, to play that game and finish it. And now it's just like something that drags on and on. The story for me is too long. I have changed as a person, and therefore my opinion of the same game has changed. You know? It's not a bad game. I just changed.
Well, not only just that, it's also the fact that you were demotivated to even play it because of the controls, which is kind of funny to think about, to be honest.
Yes.
I mean, I know damn well if you had a controller, you would have at least finished the
I mean, I
freaking
have a
story
controller.
mode.
I guess I can try to turn it on again in order to and plug in my PC controller. But to be honest, my PC controller is shit.
Fair.
We can talk about some funny
this is a pretty
controller
damn good
stories.
segue to go into fucking. Oh well. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into that.
No. What were you gonna say?
Steam.
Okay, what were you gonna say, Angry
I
Wolf
hated
Boy?
it.
You said it's a good segue to get into, and then stopped.
To get into actually playing it, since you actually have a controller,
Oh, yeah.
and this is actually no. What I was originally gonna say is this is a good segue into the nostalgia thing.
Oh.
You can go in and try and play GTA again, since you at least have a controller to use, making the experience probably a bit better.
True. Yeah, well, nostalgia. Do you have anything that you remember nostalgically, but realize now that it doesn't really make sense that you...
Well, I have a lot of fucking games, and it helped with my dad being able to show me like all of the old games, like bringing those into my childhood, and along with like the newer games of the time, with like the Wii and such.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I had like almost everything to work with when it came to nostalgia. So really, I could play any game in my dad's house, and I would feel nostalgic with it. I mean, I played. Well, to be fair, for the most part, I played like the Wii games. So the Wii.
Me too.
would
I
be
played so much Wii back in the day.
The Wii is such a good console,
The
despite
Wii was
the
a great
fact
one.
that people
And then came the
call it,
Wii
like,
U,
shit.
and the Wii U just ruined it all. You know, back in the day, the Wii and Nintendo games were just like, you know, all in all, they were considered childish. If you say, oh, I play Nintendo back in the day in school, they laugh at you. But today, it is called nostalgic. It is called old school if you say you play Nintendo. And also, I think one of the big reasons for that is because the Switch, you know, the Nintendo Switch came out, and it is a good console for, you know, and they... You know, the Wii U really sucked. But the Switch, the Switch managed to be a very good console, and everybody started respecting Nintendo a little bit more because of the Switch being such a good console. So yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it was a revelation to have a console that you could literally take with you on hand, even take off the controllers from it, and I guess apparently even just keep it in your pocket to listen to music, which that one was a little odd to me, to be honest. Like, yeah, I
I want to
literally
see
got a
somebody who
fucking
has
ad
such
on
a
the
big
phone when
copy.
the Switch was going around.
I don't know anybody who has such a
Eh,
big fucking pocket to fit a Wii Switch.
Well, to be fair, over here in America, everything is supersized, so these pockets can literally hold that kind of thing.
Yeah, I know from my America trip that even you Americans yourselves are supersized. I remember I was in a diner
Yeah, I
in
know.
America.
Trust me.
I was in a diner in America,
Oh.
and there was like a dude sitting at the counter, and I swear to God, his ass almost swallowed the fucking seat.
Yeah, that's one of the most common things with America nowadays. Everybody's got to be over 250 pounds and fucking eat McDonald's like 3 times a fucking day.
Okay, okay. How about we move
Yeah,
on from
let's kind of
nostalgia?
change subject.
Um,
Yeah.
So the next topic is something we actually already cut a little bit on, you know, that we cut the cake a little bit already on that one when we talked about nostalgia. Our childhood. Our childhood is the next topic. What did we play during our childhood? I think, I mean, I already told everybody what I was playing. Then again, I didn't mention, and I only mentioned it when you brought it up because I then I remembered that was a huge part of my childhood. Why the fuck did I not mention this? The Wii and Nintendo games. I played so much Nintendo DS, DSi. I never had a 3DS. I played Wii,
Yeah.
a lot of Wii. Yeah, that's basically. And then for a while I played Xbox 360, but I only have like a handful of games for that console. And then it broke.
As for me, it's definitely the same sort of thing. Like, I loved the DS games and I loved the Wii games. And,
Pokemon back in the day.
oh my god, they were so damn good. Like Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 2, some of the Lego Star Wars games. Fucking like, dude. I
Evox.
literally have like over 100 fucking Wii games at my dad's house.
Evox.
Yeah.
Super Mario!
Yep.
Yay!
It's the Super Mario Brothers with the 1,000-year gay. Thank
you so much for playing my
fucking
game.
ass. It's like, thank you so much for fucking my ass.
Oh goodness, what the fuck is this happening? Anyway, yeah, Super Mario, great. I played Super Mario 64. What was... Wait, hold on. No, but that was not a Nintendo game. I was talking about Nintendo games now. I was playing Super Mario Bros. Yeah, exactly. That's the... I think that is the most generic Super Mario game you can think of when it comes to Nintendo DS, right?
Yes, New
Yeah.
Super Mario Bros. Wii. And then all of that stuff.
I played it on
That
the
is
DS,
literally
yeah.
the
I
Mario
finished it-
game of all time.
I finished it like 7 times, I think.
I've probably finished it like damn near 100 times at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I've played those kinds of games so often. Like, I literally never had a point in time where I was like, damn, I am bored of this game.
Yeah.
Because I would sit there, I would play it, I would rage at it, but I would finish that fucking game. And this is actually a good point to mention something.
Oh, yeah?
I have 100%ed both of the Super Mario Galaxy games. And here is my word to anybody who even remotely thinks about doing it. Don't. It is so fucking difficult to actually get that shit. I am not even kidding you. The amount of times just and the fucking purple coins. I have PTSD.
Oh, those purple
from that
coins,
shit,
they
man.
suck ass.
Every time I hear that fucking song, I can't do it. Oh my god, dude. And then the
Hey, speaking
then the
about
final
Mario
level.
games, what do you think about Super Mario Odyssey?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I tried to play it, and then there was a time where I struggled to actually play through it, and I kind of want to now, but like, I haven't played it a lot, but I hear it's like one of the best Mario
It is.
games to date.
I can totally,
So
I can totally
really
support
have
that
to play it
statement.
again.
I really love
Yeah, I
Super
have to get into
Mario.
that.
I really love Super Mario Odyssey. It is a great game. You just have to get a little bit used to the like thing. You know, Super Mario used to the
Fair.
first Super Mario game ever was a freaking free open world concept thing, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, Super
Well,
Mario Galaxy 2. I mean, those are all basically like not
well, you
2D
forget about
platformers.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say like in terms of 3D games, and yeah, Super 64 was the first, but obviously not like the first actual Mario game.
Oh yeah, not the first
Because then
Mario
that
game.
would be Super Mario NES, unless you count the Donkey Kong game as his first actual.
Oh, yeah,
or as
yeah.
Mario's first actual type of game, but
Many people were saying when that game
yeah.
went out, oh goodness, oh god, Mario in like a 3D setting, like walking diagonally, and I'm like, bro, you know that has been done like millions of times before. So I then tried it out. In the beginning, I was a little bit.
It's never been done like. To be fair, it's never been done like that with or like these kinds of graphics. So it
True.
just feels.
It feels pretty
It
good.
feels a bit different.
I have to say, in the beginning, it was a little bit difficult for me to adjust, to the controls and stuff, But then, as soon as you got it, it was actually very fun to explore the worlds and have and jump around and stuff. Obviously, I think, in my opinion, they could have like done without this stupid rabbit gang. They could have brought back this Cooper gang or whatever it was called back in the day.
The Koopalings.
Yeah, the Koopalings, yeah. Instead, they brought these weird-ass rabbits, which not only looked super disgusting, but also were, like, completely irrelevant or some shit.
Yeah, I will admit, I much prefer the Koopalings than the freaking rabbits or whatever the fuck they are. I don't even want to know what the fuck they are. Bowser just kind of hired them to do, like, one fucking thing, and then they just kind of...
Then again... Super Mario Odyssey 2 got to a point which it never gotten to before. It actually got to the point where Bowser tried to forcefully marry Peach.
I mean, I feel like that kind of thing was implied in the other games.
It was, but it was never shown. He just always locked her in a cage. It never really
happened.
He just always locked her in a cage and Mario had to rescue her, but it was never that Mario actually crashed a fucking wedding that he has prepared.
Yeah, even though it was a forced wedding, but you know.
And the funny thing is, you go into that fucking...
you
get into that wedding place, you get into that wedding thing, and you just walk in there, and there's a bunch of people who you met on your travels just all being invited and who all came voluntarily. And you're just going in and you're like, bitch, what the fuck are you all doing here?
Like what? And the goddamn... Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
One of the things that actually kind of made me like stray away from Mario Odyssey a little bit was when I seen a video that I swear to God said something about how you need 999 fucking moons just to get to the moon. Or
is
the final
not
level.
true.
I'm like, are you serious?
Nah, that is not true.
Yeah, I realize that now, but I remember somebody saying it. I'm like, no fucking way, dude. That is, I don't know if I want to collect 1,000 moons. And even then, there's more than 1,000 moons, apparently.
There are a lot of moons. Alright. How about we move on? And this is now something which I'm pretty sure that you are going to love to talk about, Vox. So please get yourself in an upright position.
Oh, boy.
Get your microphone ready on high sensitivity. And then be ready to give me, when I tell you the topic, this, the very first thoughts that come to your mind, just scream it out. I don't give a shit. The topic is loot boxes and pay to win.
Well, to be honest, I actually don't really have... I mean... It really just depends on the kinds of things that you get out of loot boxes. And I mean, with fucking, just certain pay-to-win bullshit, the way I see it is like you can pay for like certain things to give you an edge, but like it shouldn't be like too overpowered to where it's like you beat literally everyone. Like
Oh, there's this
you
one
should be
dude.
able to pay for certain types of things that do make the game easier, but not like so fucking easy to the point where you beat everyone. Like it should be like middle of the road to like a
Yeah.
bit
Hey, Vox,
like forward
Vox.
where
I gotta tell you
yeah.
about a guy. I gotta tell you about a guy who you're going to love very much. This guy, you know, on Diablo, I don't remember which part. I never played Diablo, but the Diablo mobile game or some shit like that, pay to win. And there's this one dude who bought so much for pay to win, you know, that he cannot even get
Yeah.
into a match anymore. He's infinity into the fucking match lineup because the game cannot find anybody on his level to get to play against.
There's skill-based matchmaking.
Yeah, exactly. The lonely
that just
throne
fucks
on the
it
top
over.
for pay to win game.
That's where if you're gonna have pay to win, either you don't have the fucking skill-based matchmaking, but then that just causes problems with other people who
Yeah, who
would
don't
get
wanna pay.
destroyed, or just don't have pay to win. It's as simple
Exactly.
as that. I mean, I can't say too much since I also kind of do pay to win because, you know, sometimes I'm just shit at a game and I don't like the idea of like people way higher than me just obliterating me for no fucking reason and just laughing at me. So it's like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna pay to win. And then when I get into a game and I beat them because I paid some shit to get stronger, they're like, "Oh, you pay to win." It's like, I can't win, can I? There's no fucking
Yeah, there
winning.
is
It's
no
like
way. There
either
is no
I
way.
have to break my fucking balls grinding on this Roblox game just to fucking beat this one dude who's been destroying me for the past 2 hours. And then when I pay to win, he just shits on me. It's like, well, what the fuck do you want from me, dude?
Yeah, you know, like what I wanted to say something, but I think I forgot what I was going to say. Hold on. Oh yeah, especially like you said, or just not make it pay to win. You know, Diablo being a dungeon crawler where the freaking gameplay is that you collect loot to become stronger. You know, it's just a
Yeah.
game that shouldn't have the option pay to win. Yeah, but speaking on the overall topic, let's just not talk about our opinions for a second. Many people say that pay to win is the reason why so many games are not fun anymore. Like they use that as a justification to say that gaming overall isn't fun anymore, which I find completely stupid because if you don't like it, then just don't play those games.
Yeah.
Play other games.
Exactly. Just because like one game has it doesn't mean every fucking game has it.
Exactly.
Like, to be honest, there are more games that don't have pay to win than that do, because pay to win games are probably like
Minecraft pay to win.
roughly what 5%. Like there's so many games that don't require pay to win, and if you do play a game that's pay to win, don't fucking complain when somebody buys something unless it completely ruins everything. If
Exactly.
somebody buy something to make the game a bit easier for themselves, then there's no reason to complain. And I mean, and here's an example that I want to give out with like Roblox and like the game passes they have.
Yeah.
If someone, and let's use like a Sonic speed running type game that I played for like a little bit, and I bought some game passes on there to get a lot stronger. Somebody complained saying, imagine buying the game passes or just like buying shit on this game. And it's like, why the fuck do you care? It does nothing to you at all.
Yeah, as long as it's like
the
not
money for the game passes I bought to help me grow more and get faster and whatever the fuck. If it does not affect you, don't sit there and say, imagine paying money on a game, bro. Like,
God, that reminds me
shut the
so
fuck
much
up.
of the freaking thing on Twitter when people were like paying for Twitter Blue, and after that I don't know, and there was
People
like
were
this
like,
huge
oh, imagine buying Twitter Blue.
oh, this guy was paying for Twitter. But in fact, like there was like this
why
huge
do you
troll wave.
care?
You know, there was this huge troll wave when Musk made the Twitter Blue, you know, available, you know, for everybody to buy, not just people who deserve it anymore. And a lot of people just bought it for like, I don't know, $5 or some shit. And then they impersonated
at least over here.
they impersonated huge personalities and stuff and fucked with everybody. It was one of the best troll waves ever. And then afterwards, when Musk made a separate Twitter Blue for celebrities again, then everybody started to make fun of those people who bought Twitter Blue, and they were like, you know, guys, we just bought it to troll around and stuff. It's not like we did this in order, you know, we did this because for any sinister reason or something like that, or because we think we're better than you.
Yeah. But of course, it being Twitter, everybody's gonna be like, imagine doing this.
You know, you
God, I
already
hate
mentioned
Twitter.
something pretty good. We already can dive into the next topic here when we talk about this topic. To be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed, guys. I was thinking that Vox would be way more upset about this topic and scream a little bit, so I have to make do with something else. Hey, Vox.
I mean,
Hey, Vox.
to be fair, all it was loot boxes and pay to win. Like
Yeah.
that's not the
But
scream about.
Vox.
Yeah.
We need some screams for the clicks.
What is it?
Skibbity toilet.
I'm going to murder you in your sleep.
Okay, it wasn't quite
There,
the
how's that? Some death threats after saying
Yeah,
skibbity
good,
toilet.
good.
Is that
And I
good
can
enough
call
for the
this-
clicks?
Now I can call the stream. We wanted to talk about games, but he threatened to kill me.
All because of skibbity toilet. I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. And
Moving on.
I'm tired. I fucking.
The next topic is the fall of big game companies. And I would like to give a prime example here by naming Blizzard.
Blizzard, eh? I don't think I'm too familiar with Blizzard. Well, I might
Blizzard
have
made
played, like, some
Overwatch,
things
World of
from
Warcraft,
them,
and
but-
stuff like, you know, Overwatch, World of Warcraft. Yeah.
Ah, those kinds of things.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking. Raid Shadow Legends.
No, that's not the same thing at all.
Um,
But what I'm talking about
Oh.
basically is that
Oh.
Blizzard is a prime example for the fall of big companies because they started off as a nice little studio, had fun making games, made good games, and then a big shot, his name was I think Bobby Kotick.
Oh.
Bobby Kotick took over when they merged with Activision and became Activision Blizzard. And Bobby Kotick, just every single move he did was shit. Not just the games themselves that came out were shit, but also the work environment was shit. He fired people for no reasons. He allowed sexism and even like things that went up to rape and stuff. He knew about those circumstances in the office and he didn't do anything against it. There were lawsuits of the state of California against Blizzard because of all of that.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, and
That's
basically,
ridiculous.
and when we just talk about the games, Bobby Kotick implemented this huge thing, which this strategy, you know, this method that many big companies sadly have these days. They make a game, they make it in way too little time. They give the developers way too little time because they want to push it out as quickly as possible to milk money. They make it pre-order, you know, to pre-order, so everybody pre-orders it before they even know. And then, like, when it comes out and everybody realizes it's shit, there's no refunds, they already made all the money, and then they start working on the next game, which is going to be exactly the same. They don't fix they maybe push out an, oh, we're so sorry, you know, apology. And, what's it called? And then push out a few patches, which don't actually fix anything. And then they move on to the next game, which is going to be exactly the same, you know, method. And then, having said that, there are of course also things that are good. Look at Cyberpunk. It sucked when it came out, but they really pushed through and made it a good game. Just like No Man's Sky. When No Man's Sky came out, it was shit. But they pushed through for
I
years
mean-
and made it perfect. Now it's amazing. It's an amazing game now.
I mean, it still is kind of hard to want to play because like the wait time for going to fucking planets being 15 minutes.
What?
Like, bitch, I can pass bodily functions in between those things. Like,
Or what do you mean
Why
the
the
wait
fuck would I
time to
wanna
get to
play a
planets?
game?
What are you talking about? The wait time to get to planets?
like you can fly to different planets and see the different fucking like environments, but it takes like several fucking minutes just to get to a different planet for each thing.
You're talking about like yeah, it's like when you travel inside a system. Nah, that's actually not the case. The longest
Yeah.
thing is like the loading screen in the beginning because it has to load everything, but then everything is good. You just travel instantly to other systems, and inside the system you can travel through from planet to planet. But the thing is, what you're saying right now, you've never seen anybody use the warp jump, right? Because inside the system you have multiple ways of moving. Just the normal speed ahead. Then you have like the hyper speed or something where you travel a little bit faster. It's basically like in a car game, the turbo. And then you have the warp jump, which is basically you get into like
Yeah.
a lower warp speed. Like not jumping from system to system, but you get way faster. And you are basically at the next planet in 2 minutes or something. But it's not that long as you think. It's not as long as you think. Trust me, you're not taking 50 minutes to get to the next planet. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because if I can pass bodily functions in between
You can go take a
traveling
shit.
towards a different fucking planet, then that's a problem. Then
Fair
that
enough.
is a serious problem.
Yeah, no. But the thing, like
Like,
with
do the graphics need to be that fucking good?
yeah. Yeah, well, but the you know what Blizzard did with World of Warcraft, for example, to get back to that. They did like they reworked the old World of Warcraft, which everybody still loved, and said like it's gonna be better. Everybody was so excited for it and stuff, and then they logged in, and it was just total shit. It was complete bullshit. It was unfinished and everything. And everybody was like, okay, this sucks. I'd rather play the old World of Warcraft. Well, you can't, because that was completely deleted, and you now have to play this shitty, fucky, gamey bullshit. Oops, I accidentally zoomed in on your hand. There we go. Hold on.
Oh boy.
There we go. Zoomed out again. That was fun. Here we are. Oh yeah. So basically, yeah, it's like I don't like that at all. By the way, many Blizzard employees have quit. Even people who were there since the very beginning and started a new little small company in order to like make games how they want to and not based on this stupid ass giant Bobby Kotick vision of making money. The first official
Yeah,
words.
that's one thing I really fucking dislike about
Let me just finish this real quick. The-
game companies.
The first official words of Bobby Kotick when he went into office were, and I quote, we have to take the fun out of making games."
Dead ass.
Yeah, really.
Like, this man genuinely admitted to the whole fucking theory that game companies only give a shit about the money. And this man actually just flat out says that, you know what? We're just gonna fucking go for the money and say fuck you to anyone who wants to play a fun game. This man literally fucking admitted to it.
Then there are there's did you hear about the scandal when it came to like the esport scene or something like that? It was, I don't know when it was, but back in the day there was like a duel, like what's it called, a tournament, an tournament, and that was during the time when in Peking there were these riots and stuff, and the what's it called, the demonstrations against the government and stuff. And the winner of it. Oh Jesus Christ! Your microphone broke there for I guess. Your microphone's...
Yeah,
there
that
we
was
go.
my voice mod thing.
Oh, okay, okay. Holy shit, you scared me.
Yeah, don't worry about that if that just happens.
Okay, so basically, the winner of the E tournament, and like when he was like in the interview, he suddenly he took his mic and said like into the camera, for picking the revolution of our time, just in order to to give support to the demonstration people and stuff, who had the right to demonstrate. And in the same fucking moment, the stream then got ended. The guy got stripped of all his prize money. He got banned for an entire year. The moderators who moderated that event got fired. And yeah. And then everybody was wondering, why the fuck does Blizzard care so much about like saying something against an anti-democratic like government? And then it turns out, which is actually something that should be well known, many companies, Disney for example included as well, are sucking the dick of a huge ass Chinese company. I forgot its name just now. Tencent, I think that's its name. And basically they stuff a lot of money into every kind of company on the world and get like parted on a part of the money which they make, and stuff. And basically, because
Yeah.
Big Daddy Tencent said, no, that doesn't work, and Blizzard was afraid that it didn't get money and doesn't get money anymore from them, they banned that play and everything, and it was a huge scandal, and everybody was boycotting Blizzard and demonstrating in front of the Blizzard HQ, and so on and so on. Yeah. Fast forward, he got it back and stuff. Blizzard had to like bend to the will of the public because the public is more powerful than a shadow company Tencent in the background. So, and then
Yeah.
fast forward a few more years, a few more dramas, and Tencent said, "Fuck off, Blizzard. We're not gonna pay you anything anymore. You become way too controversial, like with your shit." And Tencent stopped helping Blizzard out, stopped sponsoring Blizzard. And that was exactly the same time when Bobby Kotick left Blizzard. Basically, this man, Bobby Kotick, he got Blizzard into this mess, and then when the ship was in flames, he just jumped off and left it to die. This guy got out of this fucking ordeal a few millions or even $1 billion richer, And while the rest of Blizzard just can burn, die, and all the people who work there, he doesn't give a shit. And now we come back to the topic, the fall of big companies, which is most of the time, as I just said, in this case, it was a single person who ruined this shit. Really, like this guy's decisions ruined it. And I know that there was a lot of problems. There were a lot of problems with like other male employees, for example, as the lawsuit of the state of California against Blizzard showed. With sexual harassment and all this shit, even up to rape. But in the end, those things were tolerated by the CEO, Bobby Kotick, and that means that he somehow is responsible for this all on his own. He was the one who did all this, who accepted all this shit just to make more money. And, like, I don't know. We cannot go over straight to the next... Oh, fuck, I think he died. I think he fucking timed out, guys. Okay, we're having a little bit of a break here. Give me 1 second. So I was saying just now that Bobby Kotick is like the guy responsible for all this shit. And now we can like, and how most of the time, or often the fall of big video game companies, is based on one single shitty person making shitty decisions. So, and then I was saying, that was when you timed out. And then I was saying, and that brings us wonderfully to the next topic, which is the rise of indie games.
Indie games.
Exactly.
Some very interesting ones. Like one of my favorite type of indie games would be Bloons Tower Defense.
Okay.
Because that one rose from just a quick game on the internet that you could look up and play to a full-on game that you can download off Steam. And it is so fun.
That's cool.
Very fun. Very nice.
I've recently been playing so many games.
Like indie games.
Yeah, I'm recently playing so many games from indie video game studios and not like the big anymore. I've been playing Subnautica. I've been playing it's called Gris. Gris, I don't know if you know that. Then I played Journey. I played something that's called Little Kitty Big City, which is super funny short game.
Oh yeah, that game.
You know that game?
I
It's a
seen
good game. It's a nice, sweet little game.
Yeah, I seen the commercial or like the ad for it.
Obviously, I'm playing VR Chat. That's also, you could say, in a way, an indie game. I mean, well,
I mean,
a
just
lot of
the
people,
aspect of
a lot
VR.
of people play it, but at the same time, it's not made by a giant video game company. So I guess it qualifies partially as an indie game at least.
I mean, it's definitely. I mean, would you really consider an indie game, which is a game that kind of starts off as like a very small thing and then grows to be more mainline, to be a VR game where literally everybody can be like any fucking character they want and just interact with each other, do whatever the fuck with each other, literally anything.
Yeah,
I would know. And
I
you
can.
know, like
Let's
I
think
feel
about
like
this. What
indie
is an
games
indie
are
game?
more like. I feel like an indie game is more or less of like really small games that start off just kind of something that you can search up on the internet, play a little bit, and then those games just kind of grow, and then
See,
it becomes like a full-on series, and then
I don't really think that. I
it-
think an indie game doesn't even have to have a sequel or anything. In my opinion, an indie game is defined by not being made with copious amounts of money and still looking shit, but actually being made by a small community, maybe a small studio who made the game because it loves making the game, not because it wanted to make big money with it. I mean, look at a
Fair.
game. Do you know the game Sable by any chance?
no, I do not.
So basically, you're playing like a young nomad girl, and on her planet, it is tradition that she gets anti-gravity glider to traverse the desert and figure out what she wants to be in her life. Back in the day, that's called the gliding. And you play her. Sable is her name. And you play her traveling through the desert and meeting all kinds of people. It's an open world game, and it's an indie game. It has such an interesting graphic, which I've like almost never seen before anywhere. And it has such a sweet concept, which is you could just tell how much love was put into that game. It's just it's great.
Fair.
And in the meantime, look at other games, for example, I don't know. God, what could I call now? Let's look at Cyberpunk in the very beginning. They had so much money pumped into that. And it turned out so shit because then turns out they used most of that fucking money they pumped into it for the actual ads, for the commercials for the Cyberpunk, to advertise it. And then have
Wow.
Sable on the other side.
I
Sable,
mean, they definitely hyped it up.
yeah. And that's why the disappointment was way bigger. And then look at Sable. Sable being a game that has not a lot of money put into it. What they used in order to make a nice game. I don't even know how many people worked on that game. I have no fucking idea. Might just be one, actually. I don't know. Anyway, but it is a nice game. It maybe has a few little small bugs, but it has a button that can unstuck you if you get stuck. And that's enough for me to work. It has such sweet stories and missions and interesting things. It doesn't even have to be a big, huge-ass fighter shooter game, in my opinion. It can be a wholesome game. That's a good game. Of course, there are also indie games that are shooters and fighter things, but I don't know. In my opinion, many people, when they think of indie games, they're thinking about like horror games because, there's like this subcategory indie horror games, which are very fun.
Yeah. And actually, here's an idea. One of the greatest indie games ever. In my opinion, Undertale is the most, one of the most popular indie games to exist. I mean, it started off with only Toby Fox who was working on it, and then he gained more of like a team. Not too big, but then once he released the game with an amazing music, like score and whatnot, and just it was so fun. It was pixelated, but it was so good. And you know what? That's what made it like special. Because he
Yeah,
didn't give a shit about fucking games or graphics with games and whatnot. He just wanted to make a fucking game as fun as a pair of tits to play with.
says the gay person.
Like, it's just an example, you bitch. I know I'm gay. I'm very open about it.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, indie games pretty cool. Which leads to fact which you can say if you say that gaming is bad or gaming there's no fun. Gaming is no fun anymore. Then just try playing something else. Most of the people who play who make these videos start the videos off by saying, "Oh yeah, you start the game, you go through it for a few minutes, and then you turn it off again because you realize gaming is not fun anymore." And I'm like, aha, okay, cool. Most of
Really?
the they started off like this, like to have a dramatic beginning or like a scripted beginning of the video. And basically most of the games that they show off back then are like GTA 5, Minecraft, or I don't know, anything, any shooters or some shit, I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, well, okay, cool. If you only play these games, of course it's going to get boring after a while, and you don't like gaming anymore. But you cannot generalize this all into gaming as a whole.
Well, no. Here's the here's the problem with that statement.
Yes.
You start the game, you play for 4 fucking minutes, and then you turn off the game because you think
Oh no.
games
You
aren't fun anymore.
misunderstood. You misunderstood. It's just like the intro to most of those things, like where they when they talk in like a low and voice to make it like an essay video. Do you know this feeling? You start up your favorite game, you play for a bit, maybe you pet your Minecraft dog, and then you realize, wait, this somehow isn't fun anymore. It used to be so much fun. What has happened? Gaming isn't fun anymore. Then like they start the essay, and I'm like, okay, cool.
That just doesn't make any fucking sense though,
Yes!
because like, oh, gaming isn't fun anymore because you go into this game and then you realize, oh yeah, well, the shit isn't fun anymore. Play something else!
Play something
Play a
else!
fucking game that's a lot more exciting and a lot more heart pounding. Play
Or maybe-
fucking Left 4 Dead.
I
Or play
know.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
No,
Or hell, play a
you
fucking
know.
porn game.
It's not just
Like-
that, if you just played shooter games till now, maybe try playing something other. If you just played open world games, try playing maybe a shooter game in the reversal, Maybe try playing a visual
Exactly.
novel,
Play something different.
a visual novel game. Try playing a single player game. These days, so many people are just focused on multiplayer games and stuff because they have to play with their friends and everything, and they don't realize there's so many good single player games out there with amazing story and stuff. Look beyond
and
the
it's like-
gameplay. Look at the fucking good stories that are out there. So many games have a great story, great characters and stuff. It's basically storytelling in its own. And if you don't like any of those either, then don't say that gaming as a whole has become bad. That's your own opinion. Is that some of these games you used to play have turned bad, and or like are boring
So
to
then
you
just
now.
basically-
To you now. That is your own.
So,
That is your own opinion. Shut the fuck up. I'm still not done ranting. That is your own opinion, and that doesn't generalize on the entire gaming industry and everybody out there. If you don't like gaming anymore, then read a book. Okay, you can now go.
Exactly. And not to mention, if you're gonna make some shit about gaming not being fun anymore, but only generalize like a single kind of game or like one game in general, then just talk about how you specifically aren't having fun with that game anymore. Don't
Yeah.
just try to talk like you're talking on behalf of literally everybody. Because I can guarantee you that there are so many people who still find games like Minecraft fun. Granted, it takes some fucking, oh, I don't know, some imagination. Maybe you just don't have enough imagination to think. Or maybe, oh, I don't
Imagination.
know, maybe just go get some fucking mods. You know, because mods can really
Yeah.
change a fucking game a lot.
Oh god.
So, and you know, that's what I did. Because basic Minecraft can get kind of boring over time. That's what mods are for. That's what mods are for pretty much any fucking like open game or whatever. Mods are there to make games more fun when, you know, you've played the same fucking game forever, and when it takes game devs forever to upload more shit to their game, upload some fucking mods.
I mean, look at
because then
Cyberpunk in
you
the
can have
beginning.
so much fun.
In the beginning of Cyberpunk, mods fixed the game faster than the fucking people did, the developers did.
Exactly. People who work on mods are literally just
Gods.
better game devs. Like, I'm
gods.
not even fucking kidding.
Hey, can we like talk real
And
quick?
here's another example.
Oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you first with your example. Then I'm gonna say what I want to say.
All right, my example for this kind of thing is Minecraft and Terraria. Those two games specifically have so many mods, and so many of them are so fucking good. Probably one of the best mods for like Terraria, for instance, is the Calamity mod. That adds so many amazing fucking things, and it makes the game so much more fun. It adds so many more armors, weapons, bosses, and so much other good shit.
Nice.
And the fact that these people have the audacity to say that, oh, gaming's not fun anymore. Bitch, play one of those types of fucking things, and then come and tell me that gaming isn't fun anymore. The moment you play those kinds of games, you will regret your entire fucking opinion. I guarantee it.
Okay, Vox. Now let me throw something into the room which is going to make you very, very relaxed, okay?
I hope.
TikTok. Okay.
Now.
As a little bit of a context here, not only on YouTube are those big videos, like which are sometimes 250 minutes long, you know, where they talk about games aren't fun anymore, or gaming isn't fun anymore. But there's so many like TikToks who are short, like who just like make these shorts basically, like you play the game, you're not fun anymore. So I don't know, if dramatic music in the background, like sad music, you know, and I kid you not. In most of those games, or in most of those TikToks, in the beginning, they like having like their PC shown, and they're closing different games as a metaphor for like how dramatically like to make it dramatic. Oh, we're closing these games because they're not fun anymore. And I kid you not, most of the time these three games are Minecraft, GTA 5, and some sort of shooter game like Call of Duty or something like that. Like in 85% of the TikToks.
If you aren't having fun with those games anymore, either mod the fucking game, play a different game, read a book, go outside, or I don't know, fucking take a shit. I don't know, dude. There's so many more like.
You know, I'm not just talking about the fact like they don't like these games. I'm talking about the fact that I have the feeling that it, especially younger generation, doesn't really know how many great indie games are out there. You know, how many games are out there which are not made by the big companies, which are not like pay to win. They don't even know the variety of things they're missing because they're always just playing these mainstream games that everybody plays. And I know I kind of sound like a woke dipshit now for saying this, but I genuinely like believe this a little bit, you know?
Well, not to mention, a part of me feels like they don't even actually play the games that they fucking show on the videos.
Yeah, it's just...
They play like some of the fucking games where people actually like ruin it and make it like so fucking hard to play, like when there's like hackers on like Call of Duty or something.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way in hell that these guys are not playing any other game other than that And then they think like, oh, there's so many hackers. This game's shit. Gaming's not fun anymore because this is clearly gonna happen in every game. It's not.
Yeah,
There's
single-player games
no
won't
way in
happen.
hell. Yeah, not to mention, there's no way in hell you're gonna tell me, genuinely, with a straight fucking face, that you cannot at least find a way to have fun on a GTA and Call of Duty or even Minecraft, where these kinds of games,
Vox,
at least with GTA and Minecraft.
You know, Vox, there are GTA servers and communities that are completely dedicated to role playing, like in San Andreas, like with not even like
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. It's so fucking amazing. Like and in Los Santos too in GTA 5, there are many servers that are dedicated to role playing. Like if you join, you can decide if you want to have a job or something and what you're gonna do and stuff. And everybody's just improvising role playing, and it's so fucking fun actually.
Yeah, and like one really amazing thing that I've seen from the GTA roleplay,
Mm-hmm.
it was from XQC, and he was in a car and asked to be picked up by a guy in a truck. And when he does, it's so fucking funny. He literally is driving the car back and forth, ramming against the front and back of like the trailer of the truck, and acts like nothing is going on in his on his perspective. And the whole time that this is happening, the truck guy is freaking out. And the truck is like going all over the place, like glitching around, and just gets like flung across the road a couple of times. It's so fucking funny. Like, that's the kind of thing that these people that say gaming is not funny anymore have to realize. Like, sometimes, this is just a hunch. Maybe, just maybe, you have to make it fun. Like, that's part of gaming. Like, you have to go into the game and make it fun yourself. It's not just like, oh, the game has to play it or has to play for me. If you want to do that kind of fucking thing, go into like a game where you can sit in AFK forever, like I do with Roblox games. Yeah, exactly.
Or AFK Journey or whatever the fuck that's called. I didn't even try that yet, but I don't know. I don't know why there's AFK Journey, in the name. I don't know why there's AFK in the name. Is it really that you can just fucking sit there and it plays itself? That's dumb.
Exactly. If you want to have a game that plays for you, then play one of those types of games.
No,
Clearly, if you're not having fun,
Fox, if you want a game that plays itself for you, then just watch people playing football.
Exactly. Or actually,
just
maybe
turn the TV on.
Just watch people play games in general.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what?
Come on.
Before you said, if you don't like it, and do this and this, and go take a shit or something like that, And I want to tell you a little bit of a funny story that happened to me yesterday. I was in a midnight bar of Viacha. Do you know the midnight bar?
Yeah.
So I go to the toilet in order to get off the game and stuff. I say goodbye to everybody. Everybody says goodbye to me. I go to the toilet. And then like somebody walks into the toilet, sits on the toilet, and it's like, all right, time to continue my mission to shit in every bar of VR. And I'm like, oh, that's an interesting mission.
Jesus.
And then he says to me, and I kid you not, that was the best thing I've ever heard in my entire life. He said, oh yeah, and I'm not just shitting in the game, I'm shitting in real life too. So this guy actually goes into bars on VR and sits on his real ass toilet and shits in those bars.
That is insane.
And I love
this is
it.
the kind
I love
of
it.
thing that people need to do. Like, this motherfucker is making his own fun by shitting in VR chat toilets while also shitting in his actual toilet. Like,
yeah.
As weird as it is, that's a way to have fun.
Let's make
I
this.
mean, if
let's make this actually. Let's make
ahead.
this actually a saying. Let's make this as a lesson. If this guy can have fun shitting in a VR toilet, then you can make fun. You can make your own fun instead of saying that all gaming has turned bad. It is not fun anymore.
Exactly. not to mention, and this has been on my mind. I've been trying to keep it in mind so I don't forget it.
All right.
But literally, part of like having a game that's really fun and actually wanting to play it, like you can also find these games like watching YouTube, watching people play these games,
Yeah.
and like maybe if you find a game that you might like to play through watching videos, then you can get that game and play it. Like it's not just like, oh well, all gaming is bad now
Yeah.
because I've played a total of 2 fucking games in my life.
Hey,
You
having
have to go out and find these games,
Yeah.
you know?
talking about the topic, it's your own fault basically right now. Many people say gaming is not fun anymore because today there's so many spoilers online, and I'm like, yeah, cool, but nobody forces you to watch all those spoilers. you know, nobody
Exactly.
forces you to
Like,
watch
if you don't want to
7
be
game
spoiled for
reviews
the
on a game
game,
before you actually play it yourself. You can even block out fucking
Exactly.
by the way, that dude which I mentioned at the beginning of this video, my game opinions is his name. In his video, he said something which I completely agree with. In social medias, are you okay? In social medias, you can even block out certain tags and words, so that you don't see anything based on that. So you can like block out spoilers better. So yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I myself don't really care for like spoilers. I mean, I'll spoil a
Me
game for
neither.
myself because for me, that just gets me hyped for the game. Like if I see gameplay for like this game I really fucking love, I will absolutely want more
Yeah.
spoilers. Like, hell, I'd want the whole game just shown to me right then and there. I don't
Most
give
of
a
the
fuck. It's the
time,
same sort of thing with movies.
most of the time when I see a game that has an interesting concept, then I look at some gameplay of it to see if it's actually as cool as the description makes it sound like. Um,
Exactly.
for example, Sable. What? Shut the fuck up, phone. Basically, the Sable, the game was like it said like in a thing, you're like an open world game, like you're a nomad girl traversing the savannah, traversing the desert to find your calling. I'm like, okay, let's see what this is. I'm looking on YouTube, and I look at one like small video essay on Sable, and I look at a bit of gameplay, and I'm like, this is super cool. This literally has no obligations, no mission that you have to follow. It's a nice open world game, just how I love open world games to be. I don't want an open world game where I still have to
Exactly.
follow a fixed mission in order to level up. An open world game for me is only then a real open world game when you can go anywhere at any time, even though maybe you're not strong enough for a
And
certain area, and level up on your own accord without having
exactly.
to follow a story mission. So yeah. Having said that, I looked at it,
And
and I
actually,
wasn't mad that I saw the spoiler because I decided to look at the spoiler.
exactly. It just made you want to play the game more. And
Yeah.
I know we keep going back to these types of games, but Minecraft.
Oh yes, here we go.
Minecraft is probably one of the open world games of all time.
Definitely. Yeah,
Like,
even
it
though
is
it doesn't
the
seem
open
like it,
world
it actually
game.
falls in the category, yeah, right.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, it does give you the objective of defeating the inner dragon, but it
Mhm.
doesn't like make you go to do that. Like you can do that whenever the fuck you want. It's just there to give you a sense of technically beating the game because
Exactly.
some people do like that aspect of beating the game, but it doesn't force it down your throat like you have to do that.
You have to
It's
defeat the
basically
big
just
villain,
like
or
an end
otherwise the
goal that
world
you
is
can.
doomed. You know?
Yeah, like you can
Exactly.
do that. You can defeat the inner dragon whenever the fuck you want.
Oh god, can I
And
can I
Until
talk about
you end
something?
up going to that. Yeah.
There's this game called Dragon Quest. Do you know it by any chance? It's a game series.
Yep. I do kind of know that game.
Mhm.
I've
So
heard,
I
I
played-
definitely heard about it at the
Yeah,
very
so I
least.
played Dragon Quest 11. And basically, there is this thing that before you finish the entire game almost. You only have the final boss fight before you, and once you finish that boss fight, you can no longer play the game. Like the game is over. You can no longer travel through the open world in order to like see how you beating the boss has impacted the world and stuff, and see some new dialogues. And the same thing is with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example. After you beat Ganon, the game is over, and you are not able to travel Hyrule anymore, and, for example, get a few nice, sweet dialogues of people being like, oh yeah, you beat Ganon, that's so cool, thank you, hero, and stuff like that, you know? The game is just over.
Yeah, I
If you
think
have everything done
part
and
of
you
the
want to keep
reason.
playing in the open world, and you have to keep playing, and you have to keep pushing forward that boss fight. And in those games, it's a little bit like not like the Ender Dragon, you know, it's a little bit in the background. There are always dialogues that say,
Yeah,
there's always dialogues that say, "Oh man, the evil big boy, you know, Ganon or whatever the fuck in Dragon Quest, he's called
yeah,
Kalasmos. We have to beat him soon, or else the world will be plunged into darkness." And in the meantime, I know exactly. I have all the fucking time in the world. I can, for eternity, walk through the open world and have fun and stuff, even though I've already seen everything, because I know it has no impact when I defeat the boss. But the fact that those stupid dialogue windows are
exactly.
always there are so annoying, which is why I would love so much if I could keep playing the game after I beat the boss, basically making it making it for some new content, you know, after you beat the boss, maybe some more missions and stuff come up,
Fair.
and maybe you get like a sense of how you actually help the people by defeating that big boss. You know, before that they always say, "Oh my god, yeah, we have to beat Kalas, we have to beat Ganon, or else the world will be plunged to dark." But you
Yeah,
never see the back in the end after it. Like, I mean, yeah, you see now we have Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, but that doesn't really like,
yeah. I was
but that
about to
doesn't
say that.
really,
Like,
yeah, that just
it
plunges into the
doesn't give
next
you everything
catastrophe.
in between that. Like,
Exactly, it just
all we
plunges
really
into the
know
next
is that,
catastrophe immediately.
yeah, it's like at the very least, it does kind of tell us like what has been going on since then, but at the same time, it also doesn't.
Doesn't,
And part of the thing with like those kinds of games that just don't show you exactly what happens after the fact is partly because of like the whole save file thing where they have you save prior to the final boss and they don't let you do anything after the fact, which is kind of dumb in my opinion. Like, as well, actually, no. To be fair, it's like, what if you want to be able to fight the
what if?
final boss again at some point?
Well, you
Because
know,
if you just didn't have that, then you can't really fight that boss anymore,
now
and then
come
it
here,
just kind of.
look here. In Dragon Quest XI, there is a big monastery in the mountains where you can go and do trials with beating monsters and shit. And in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a shrine where you can do challenges and stuff. So
A boss rush or something.
yeah, they could have very well just made it a challenge after you finish the boss, that you can fight him again in that thing anytime you want. Literally, do you know the game Pokemon Rangers by any chance?
I don't believe so.
So during the game, there's a lot of legendary Pokemon that you fight, a lot of Pokemon end battles and stuff. Basically, I don't know if you ever seen it, but you have to like draw circles around them to catch them and stuff. And it's difficult with different Pokemon because they can break your line and stuff, and it's a very cool like concept. Other than a Pokeball just throwing it at it, you know. So and basically,
Fair.
in the end of the game, or like at the relative end, you get to an island which is called, I forgot the name of the island, but basically there's like an institute there where you can replay every single boss battle you've ever fought, like every single big Pokemon capture moment that you've ever fought. Like you can, it's just so
Fair.
cool. It's so fucking cool. Sometimes there's like 3 big bosses at once coming at you, and you can just do it all again and stuff. You can do it whenever you want, multiple times, and you know, you could just put something like that into the game, and then you can have like an after story, you know, behind after the big boss is done, you know. Pokemon Rangers
Fair.
actually has that.
'Cause-
Pokemon Rangers has the ability, you finish the game, you help the entire region, you defeat the big bad person, you know, whoever the fuck it is this time, Rocket or anything, and then you can keep going. You can keep going and you can keep exploring the world, and there are some missions that actually only come up after that, and some dialogue change with them saying, "Oh, Ranger, thank you so much for helping us. You defeat us. Without you, we wouldn't have done it and stuff." And speaking about this, most Pokemon games have that, you know, that after you finish off the big evil organization of the Pokemon game, you keep going, you know, because the game isn't over. But Pokemon
Yeah.
Rangers is the only Pokemon game which I remember right now, at least, where people and dialogues are actively like changing and being influenced by you beating the boss. I mean, beating the organization. In all the other
Fair.
games,
I
you're just
mean-
like, yeah, cool, but nobody mentions it ever again.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
How did we even get on this
Yeah.
fucking topic? Oh yeah, we got on this topic based on like making games fun and stuff. But yeah, making your own
I gotta
fun.
go eat soon, so we gotta finish
All
this
right.
up.
In that case, we're actually already at the end anyway. This was the last topic. We just have one
Oh.
final question
All right.
to all of you guys who are watching. Are games really not fun anymore? Is gaming really not fun anymore? I think the answer that
If
we
you
came
say yes,
to...
I'll come to your house and beat you.
I think the conclusion we
I'm
came to...
joking.
I wanted to make a wholesome ending and with like a wisdom and stuff, and you would threaten to beat them. Fair enough. But I think the answer and conclusion that we've come to is you make your own kind of fun, and just because you maybe find that some of the games you remember nostalgic from your past aren't fun anymore, maybe because you played them too much or something like that, or maybe you are mad as you see spoilers. It is all within your control. You can choose to play other games. You can choose to do something completely different. You can choose to not get spoiled by not watching any of this stuff. It is your decision. You decide if gaming is fun, and you can make gaming fun again for yourself. And maybe for others too.
Exactly.
Man, that was so fucking wonderful. I should become a philosopher.
I wasn't even paying attention. I was just jerking off the fucking mic.
And with that, I hope I'll see you all next time. Until then, farewell.
I will come for you.